Welcome to B1 English Lesson 9. B1 lessons are now on YouTube. Ask your teacher for the link. It is your responsibility to make up a missed class by studying the lesson missed on YouTube. However, studying a missed class on YouTube is still a class absence and doesn't change the required 70% attendance policy. Refer to next slide. You should spend 2 hours between classes reviewing previous lessons. Types of certificates to be awarded. This is a reminder. Certificate of Achievement. Students who attend 70% or more of the classes and score 70% or higher on the final exams, combination of written and audio, will receive this certificate. With this certificate, a student can advance to the next level. Academic certificate. Students who attend less than 70% of the classes, but score 70% or higher on the final exams, combination of written and audio, will receive this certificate. With this certificate, a student can advance to the next level. Certificate of Attendance. Students who attend 70% or more of the classes, but score less than 70% on the final exams, combination of written and audio exams, will receive this certificate. With this certificate, a student must repeat the class. No certificate is given to students who score less than 70% on the final exam and are absent more than 30% of the held classes. Such students are required to repeat the class. Schedule for the remaining survival classes. October 31st, Lesson 9. November the 7th, review of all lessons and pretest, both audio and written. November 14th, final exams, audio and written. November the 21st, awarding of certificates. Survival English B1, Lesson 9. This lesson includes 1. Review over past lessons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2. The 3 main English verbs and their 3 most used tenses. 3. Conjugating the 3 main English verbs in the present, past, and future tenses. 4. Conjugating the 3 main English verbs in the negative using present, past, and future tenses. 5. Writing sentences with the 3 main English verbs. Now, let's review the topic in previous B1 lessons. Lesson 1, Sports and Recreation. Lesson 2, Going to a bank, writing a check. Lesson 3, The kitchen. Lesson 4, The bathroom and personal care. daily routine. Lesson 5, house cleaning, chores, and laundry. Understanding the verb to do. Lesson 6, the bedroom, physical states and emotions. Lesson 7, the neighborhood and places around town. Lesson 8, describing people and things, understanding U.S. culture. Now let's begin Lesson 9. The topic for Lesson 9 is the most common or used verbs. Here are the 20 most used English verbs in order of use. Listen and repeat. 1. Be. 2. Have. 3. Do. 4. Say. 5. Go. 6. Can. 7. Get. 8. Would. 9. Make. 10. Know. 11. Will. 12. Think. 13. Take. 14. See. 15. Come. 16. Could. 17. Want. 18. Look. 19. Use. 20. Find. Modals in red are different from normal verbs. 1. They don't use an S for the third person singular. 2. They make questions by inversion. She can go becomes can she go? 3. They are followed directly by another verb without using to. Let's concentrate on the 3 most used English verbs and their 3 main tenses. The 3 most used verbs are 1. To be, 2. To have, 3. To do. A verb is a word that describes what the subject of a sentence is doing. Verbs can indicate physical or mental actions, occurrences, and states of being. Tense is defined as any of the forms of a verb that may be used to show the time of the action expressed by the verb. The 3 main English tenses are 1. The present tense. 2. The past tense. 3. The future tense. The 3 main tenses in English are past, present, and future. Each tense has its own set of verb forms that indicate the time of an action or event. The present tense is used to indicate that an action or event is happening now. The past tense is used to indicate that an action or event occurred in the past. The future tense is used to indicate what will happen in the future. The most used English verb is to be. This is an exercise on the present, past, and future tenses of to be. Fill in the charts with the correct verb and write a sentence. The second most used English verb is to have. Fill in the charts with the correct verb and a sentence using the present, past, and future tenses. The third most used English verb is to do. Fill in the charts with the correct verb and a sentence using the present, past, and future tenses. Conjugation exercise. Check on learning. Students close notebooks for this exercise. Check answers on the next screen. Conjugation exercise. Check on learning answers. Check your answers. Present tense of to be. I am. You are. He, she, it is. We are. They are. You are. Past tense of to be. I was. You were. He, she, it was. We were. They were. You were. Future tense of to be. I will be. You will be. He, she, it will be. We will be. They will be. You will be. Present tense of to have. I have. You have. He, she, it has. We have. They have. You have. Past tense of to have. I had. You had. He, she, it had. We had. They had. You had. Future tense of to have. I will have. You will have. He, she, it will have. We will have. They will have. You will have. Present tense of to do. I do. You do. He, she, it does. We do. They do. You do. Past tense of to do. I did. You did. He, she, it did. We did. They did. You did. Future tense of to do. I will do. You will do. He, she, it will do. We will do. They will do. You will do. Now conjugate to be in the negative. Fill in the charts with the correct negative using the present, past, and future tenses. Conjugate to be in the negative. Check your answers. Present tense negative of to be. I am not. I ain't. You are not. You aren't. He, she, it is not. He, she, it isn't. We are not. We aren't. They are not. They aren't. You are not. You aren't. Now the past tense negative of to be. I was not. I wasn't. You were not. You weren't. He, she, it was not. He, she, it wasn't. We were not. We weren't. They were not. They weren't. You were not. You weren't. Now look at the future tense negative of to be. I will not be. I won't be. You will not be. You won't be. He, she, it will not be. He, she, it won't be. We will not be. We won't be. They will not be. They won't be. You will not be. You won't be. Conjugate to have in the negative. Fill in the charts with the correct negative using the present, past, and future tenses. Conjugate to have in the negative. Check your answers. Present tense negative of to have. I do not have. I don't have. You do not have. You don't have. He, she, it does not have. He, she, it doesn't have. We do not have. We don't have. They do not have. They don't have. You do not have. You don't have. Now the past tense negative of to have. I did not have. I didn't have. You did not have. You didn't have. He, she, it did not have. He, she, it didn't have. We did not have. We didn't have. They did not have. They didn't have. You did not have. You didn't have. Now look at the future tense negative of to have. I will not have. I won't have. You will not have. You won't have. He, she, it will not have. He, she, it won't have. We will not have. We won't have. They will not have. They won't have. You will not have. You won't have. Conjugate to do in the negative. Fill in the charts with the correct negative using the present, past, and future tenses. Conjugate to do in the negative. Check your answers. Present tense negative of to do. I do not. I don't. You do not. You don't. He, she, it does not. He, she, it doesn't. We do not. We don't. They do not. They don't. You do not. You don't. Now the past tense negative of to do. I did not. I didn't. You did not. You didn't. He, she, it did not. He, she, it didn't. We did not. We didn't. They did not. They didn't. You did not. You didn't. Now here is the future tense negative of to do. I will not do. I won't do. You will not do. You won't do. He, she, it will not do. He, she, it won't do. We will not do. We won't do. They will not do. They won't do. You will not do. You won't do. Conjugate to have and write a sentence with the present tense, past tense, and future tense. Now conjugate to do and write a sentence in the present tense, past tense, and future tense.